friends, welcome to the Point. In today's session, let's discuss about welfare. So this is a topic from India Yearbook. So what do you mean by welfare? Welfare means a government sponsored assistance program for individuals and families in need. So this includes programs like healthcare assistance, food stamps, unemployment compensation and so on. Welfare programs, they are typically funded through the process called taxation. Many policies and interventions within this sector, it aims to achieve human development by infusing sustainability to the development process as a whole. So it takes the notion of development to the level of providing spiritual and cultural fulfillment to the people. So welfare, it is driven by the objective of providing a choice to the individuals ranging across various realms. So investing in social sector, it can create enabling freedom for individual and social groups. So government has taken a lot of steps, lot of measures. The people in lower classes, like the people of scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and so on. So, what are the welfares of scheduled caste? So, the constitution, it contains many provisions in the nature of safeguards of scheduled caste. So, it aims at curbing untouchability, atrocities against scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, and therefore it is very important for scheduled caste that the protection of Civil Rights Act of 1955 and the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989. So the protection of civil rights. So according to Article 17 of the Constitution of India, the protection of civil right rules 1977, it were notified in 19 this was notified in the year 1977. So this act, it extends to the whole of India and it provides punishment for the practice of untouchability. So talking about Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989. So this legislation, it aims at preventing a commission of offences by person other than scheduled caste and scheduled tribes against a scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. So that is Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act. So this Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribes Act of 1989, it was amended in the year 2014. The amendment was high incidence of occurrence of offences against any scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. It is also indicated that deterrent effect of Prevention of Atrocities Act and was not adequately felt by the accused. So it was therefore considered appropriate to strengthen the act and make the relevant provisions of the act more effective. So based on the consultation process with the stakeholders, this amendment took place regarding the Prevention of Atrocities Act, and it was proposed to broadly cover the 5 areas. So for this, a National Commission for Scheduled Caste was formed. So this was set up under Article 383 of the Constitution, and the commission, that is National Commission for Scheduled Caste, it is responsible for monitoring the safeguards that is provided for the scheduled caste and also to review issues concerning their welfare. So the functions of this National Commission Scheduled Caste, it is enumerated in Article 338 in subclause 5 of our Constitution. So this National Commission for Scheduled Caste, it will investigate and it will monitor all the matters that relates to the safeguards that is provided for the scheduled caste people under the constitution. So it also inquires into specific complaints with respect to deprivation of rights, and it safeguards the scheduled caste people. So to participate and advise on the planning process of socio-economic socio-economic development of scheduled caste, and also to evaluate the progress of their development under the union and in any state. And all this, it should be present to the president annually, and also at the time when president feels it necessary, or he may deem the reports. So many developments were made for them, like especially for children, uh, for like a pre-metric scholarships for the children, those whose parents are in an unclean occupation. Unclean occupations means like scavenging, flaying, and tanning. So those children, those people's children from the scheduled caste, they will get a scholarship for their school, for their matriculation level studies. So the next scholarship is for SC students. First one is for unclean occupation, scholarship for unclean occupation, and this is for SC students, that is the scheduled caste students. The scheme for pre-metric scholarship scheme for scheduled caste students, it has been introduced in the year 2012 with an objective of the scheme to support parents of the scheduled caste children for their education up to the children or the students studying from class 9th and 10th, so that the children of the dropouts may also continue their education with this scholarship. Next is the post-metric scholarship for SC students. Apart from pre-metric, post-metric scholarships are also available to SC students. So this scheme provides a financial assistance to the scheduled caste students for pursuing studies beyond matriculation in recognized institutions. So similar to scheduled caste development, scheduled tribes, there were schemes for the development of scheduled tribes also. The special schemes or the important schemes that were made for scheduled tribes were Adivasi Mahila Shashaktikaran Yojana, AMSY. So this is an exclusive scheme for the economic development of scheduled tribal women at a highly concessional rate of interest. So under this scheme, National Scheduled Tribe Development Corporation, it provides a term loan for the scheme projects which cost up to 50,000 per individual unit or per profit center, and the financial assistance of up to 99% of the cost of the scheme or the cost of the project is provided by this National Scheduled Tribe Development Corporation. Next is microcredit scheme. So it is meant to provide a financial assistance for undertaking small self-employment or self-employment activities by the eligible scheduled tribes through existing profit-making self-help groups. And it shall provide eligible amount of subsidy of or a margin money as per their schemes for the target group. One Bandhu Kalyan Yojana. So major activities approved under One Bandhu Kalyan Yojana during the year 2015-16, they are education, infrastructure, toilets in hostels and schools, health, sports, safe drinking water, self-employment, fishery, irrigation, fruit farming, tourism, solar energy, market, electricity, and all those things. Umbrella scheme for education of scheduled tribe children. So the objective of providing adequate educational infrastructure for scheduled tribes, and incentive for education for scheduled tribe children through scholarships. So, in this proposed umbrella scheme, the schemes have merged with establishing and strengthening of ashram schools, and it establishes and strengthens hostels. It gives a occasional training to tribal areas, and post-metric and pre-metric scholarships are also given to scheduled tribe students. Not only the lower caste people like scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, they get benefited from the government, but also the persons with disability, those who are called as specially abled persons, they also get some kind of welfare from the government. So the Person with Disabilities Act 1995, it defines person with disability as a person who is suffering from not less than 40% of any disability as certified by medical authority. So first, talking about a Mental Health Act 1987. So this category also comes under person with disabilities. So the mental illness, it has been recognized as one of the disabilities under the Person with Disabilities Act 1955. The treatment and care of the mentally ill persons, they are governed by the Mental Health Act 1987, and this act, it is administered by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. The Person with Disabilities Act 1995. So this is a comprehensive law that names the Person with Disabilities Act 1995, and it was enacted and enforced in the year 1996. So this law, it deals with both prevention and promotion aspects of the rehabilitation, like education, employment, and occasional training, like creation of barrier free environment, and so on. The main objective of this trust is to enable and empower persons with these disabilities to live independently as fully as possible, and also to extend a support for these people, and they should be a registered organization that provides a need based services for the skill development of the persons with disability. Welfare measures for minorities. Five religious communities like Muslims, Christians, Sikhs, Buddhist, and Zoroastrians, those who are also called as Parsis, they have been notified as minorities. This five religious communities are called as minorities as per the provision under National Commission for Minorities Act 1992. So these five communities, they constitute about 18.47% of the country's population. The government has taken the following measures of the welfare of minorities, and the Ministry of Minority Affairs, it was created in January 2006 to ensure a focused approach to the issues that is relating to the minorities, and to play a pivotal role in overall policy planning, coordination, evaluation, and review of regulatory and development program for the benefit of this minority communities. Welfare measures for women and children. So the Ministry of Women and Child Development, Ministry of Women and Child Development has the main responsibility to advance the rights and concerns of women and children, and to promote their survival, protection, development, and participation in a holistic manner. So the ministry, it has a vision of empowered women living with dignity and contributing as equal partners in development, in an environment free from violence and discrimination, and a well nurtured children with full opportunities for growth and development in a safe and protective environment. So, for this, the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights Act, it was notified in January 2006. So, it is called as National Commission for Protection of Child Rights Act. 2000, it was introduced in 2005 but came into force in the year 2006. So, this commission, it was set up in March 2007 in accordance with the provision of the Act for proper enforcement of children's rights. Children rights and effective implementation of laws and programs relating to children. So its mission is to protect, promote and defend child rights in India. So the State Commission for Protection of Children Rights Act have also been entrusted with the task of monitoring and implementation of protection of children from sexual offences, which is also called as POSCO Rules 2012. Few schemes for women's welfare are also made, like Sabla. So the Sabla, it was introduced in the year 2010-11 and it is operational in 205 selected districts on a pilot basis. It aims at all-round development of adolescent girls of the age group of 11 to 18 years with a focus on all out of school adolescent girls. Sublight is being implemented through the state governments and union territories with 100% financial assistance from the central government for all inputs other than nutrition provisions, for which 50% central assistance to state is provided. Next comes Anganawadi Center. It is a focal point for the delivery of services. The scheme has two major components. One is nutrition component and the other is non-nutrition component. And the nutrition, it is being given in the form of take-home ration or a hot cooked meal for 11 to 14 years out of school girls and 14 to 18 years all adolescent girls out of the school and in the school. The nutrition provided is as per the norms for pregnant and lactating mothers. So like Sabla, there are many schemes like Swadhar. So this provides a holistic and integrated services to women in difficult circumstances and without any family, social and economic support, especially for a destitute, widows, deserted by their families in religious places like Vrindavan, Kashi and women prisoners released from the jails. Next is short stay homes. So it provides a temporary accommodation. It provides a temporary accommodation or maintenance and rehabilitative services through voluntary organization to homeless women and girls. So under this scheme, temporary shelter is being given for a needy women and girls, and it is provided. This temporary shelter is for 6 months to 3 years. So next is Ujjwala. Ujjwala scheme, this is for prevention of trafficking. So prevention, this includes formation of community vigilance groups or adolescent groups, awareness and sensation of important functionaries like policy, community leaders, and preparation of awareness generation materials and holding workshops and so on. So this is to rescue for safe withdrawal of the victim from the place of exploitation. Next is rehabilitation for restoring the victim into the family or community and the accompanying cost. Next is repatriation. This is to support or to cross the border victims for their safe repatriation to their country of origin. So, like this, many schemes, many welfare schemes are being made for the women and children, for scheduled caste, and also for especially abled persons. So, see you all in the next session with some other interesting topic. Thank you.